Hey guys, I'm here with an update to my mermail deck profile. Now, this version is very different than the last, because this version is more heavy on being able to go first. Now, the last one was very heavy on the OTK factor, and it was pretty much if you went first, you passed and let your opponent go. And if they didn't OTK you, you can win the next turn, kind of thing. But now this deck actually has a pretty good first turn. So, we'll get into it. I cut Megalo down to 2 because 3 was too heavy for the OTK factor. It was good for the OT if you're trying to make sure you get it in your first turn hand, but it is highly searchable. So, I dropped it to 2. Triple TS because this card is not searchable and you really want to see it, because you still want to be able to OTK, which you still can pretty easily. But, yeah. Next we run 1 lead. Now I didn't want to give up lead. I really liked lead. He doesn't contribute too much to the OTK positions, but to the big board positions on first turn, because he is easily just killed by Regeki. But yeah, a lot of people are not running that as much, so it's kind of good for me. 1 Turge, 1 Pike. Not a big fan of these cards, but they are rank 4s, so you make Dweller. And then the PK Fire matchup, which I've actually never played before. I've never played against PK Fire. 2 Gundy, because Gundy contributes to the Exceed plays, the rank 7 Exceed plays. Being able to special Pike mostly from Grave. 1 Lindy, because Lindy Sphere is a pretty good move. I didn't like it at first, but I did need a little bit of defense, and this card's pretty good. I've used Sphere for offensive plays too. Those are fun. Triple Netibus. Netibus is the card that brought this deck back. It's getting a little older now, but still a really good card. 2 Infantry. Infantry isn't as important anymore because you don't play as many. You're going to be playing a bunch of Cosmos, and you can't really target those with infantry. So it's just becoming less important now. With 2 Marksmen, this card's actually a little bit more important than infantry to me, because I don't want them to be able to stop my plays. So Marksman helps out a heck of a lot. It forces them to waste their mojo before they want to. You know, all that stuff. Dragoons. Dragoons is a good searcher. It helps you get to your Megalos that you really need, and it allows OTK factors with Netibus. Deep Sea Diva. Deep Sea Diva is an amazing card, because when you play it, you can special out your Netibus, send Dragoons, add Dragoons. This can make Tatsunoko. You know, just a bunch of cool stuff can happen with that card. Moonland. Really, really good card. Being able to take 2 cards out of your opponent's hand. Really good first turn play. The only thing that's bad is if it's destroyed that very next turn. Even if it's destroyed before your battle phase, it's the next turn's battle phase that you lose. 2 Gamciel. Kind of want to cut this up to, or put this up to 3, because it's just that necessary in the Cosmo matchup. But, well, you know, we'll see. 1 Undyne and 1 Controller. Really good cards. This is searchable off Pike, and if you draw into this, oh well. Then you only have 1 dead card in deck instead of 2 or 3. And there's just not much room. These might get cut for another Gamciel and something else. Maybe another Sphere. Triple Maxi, because Cosmos are everywhere. Regeki, triple instant fusion, because you need to see this first turn. Dweller is too good this format. 2 Moray, hate this card, but it's necessary. Mizuchi, Upstart, 1 for 1. This card's losing power, but it's still really good, because Undyne 1 for 1 is busted. 1 Sphere. And my last card is a main deck 1 anti-spell. Yeah, I know this seems a little counterproductive because you do play triple instant fusion, but it's still good at 1 because it hurts the other decks more. And by the time you actually have this card, you've usually already used your Norden, so it's really not that big of a deal. Extra deck, Double Dweller. Sorry for different rarities. I only had 1 of this rarity, and I had 2 of this rarity, but this one's not English, so I went with just 2 different rarities. The Hope Woven Spider Shark, really good in the Cosmo matchup because it's an out to destroyer, because it doesn't target. I took out, what's it called? Abyss Gaios for this, because it has the same amount of attack points, and it's just better in almost every other matchup, because Cosmos are already burning themselves like crazy, and you got an extra 500 to all them burns. Heck, they're going to be paying over half their life points in 1 turn. And you just play Gaios and you activate. They're like, and you activate Gaios, they get banished and their effect activates off field. It can't stop. Gaios can't stop that deck at all. Draco Sack and Big Eye. Good cards. Good cards. I actually use this all the time to fill up my grave with waters for Moonland. I'll be going first, and I have 3 in grave, 3 waters in grave, 2 7s, and a random water. I'll overlay my 2 7s in the Draco Sack, detach, do my 2 tokens, destroy a token to pop my other water, and I have 5 in grave. And this card is just really good. It's actually really good in the Cosmo matchup if they're stuck in the position where they just have the Wicked Witch sitting there in defense mode taking a bunch of damage. This card wins games. I've done that a lot. 1 Leo because it beats Everdark Shore. Triss because it doesn't target. This card because it beats Cosmos. This card for non-Cosmo matchups. This one also. This card also stops Prime from special summoning from grave on his attack, or during the battle phase. So you have to do it during the end of main phase 1, which is better for you because you don't lose any attacks. DeLorean, because being able to add your spear back to hand or your Mizuchi back to hand for free points is really good. I've even used this to reuse my Diva, because I made this with Gen X controller and a Gundy, and I had a Diva on the field, or not a Gundy, a Marksman, and I had a Gundy on the field, and I had a Diva on the field, and I had it back to hand. I cannot talk today. Stardust Charge Warrior, free draws, really good card. Tatsunoko, busted, because this plus 2 Draco Sack tokens is a Trish. Norden, self-explanatory. And Thousand Eyes Restrict, because I cannot have two dead instant fusions in deck. If I resolve 1, I need something, even if it's terrible in the Cosmo matchup, because it's targets. Well, it says select, but that's old wording for target. Still a really good card. On to the side. It's not very good, but it's what I got. Triple Flying Sea. Like I said, I've never played against BA, so don't really expect to really need this, but I have it anyway. Double Dre and 1 of this. I kind of want to cut this and pick up and play some more kaijus in the side along with these. Kind of want to cut these too for some more, but who knows, maybe. 1 MST. I don't like Twin Twister. triple pot of, or Mask of Restrict, because F Monarchs. And triple Imperial Iron Wall, because this deck has such a hard time against Cosmos. So yeah, that's the deck. Hope you enjoyed, and hope you will test it out. It's got such a better first turn than the last deck. But it still prefers to go second. I'd never choose to go first unless I won game 1, lost game 2. It was going game 3, and I still had a bunch of traps in. But yeah, please leave some suggestions down in the comment section down below. And peace.